Shalom Yasharala. This is Yeshaya. Just want to go into a scripture real quick, which is a scripture that we use at camp every day. This is scripture that we always go to camp and we break it down. There's no qualms about the way we break it down. I just think that we don't give it the treatment that it deserves a lot of times. And a lot of times I think that the outsiders looking in look at us like we're just finagling scriptures to fit our narrative, right? What we want to say. And in reality, we don't need to do that. We don't need to finagle. We don't need to twist up scripture. We can read scripture the way it is in plain English and or Hebrew and get the understanding. So with no further ado, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. This is Deuteronomy 28:68. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So now, we have a problem here. Black and Hispanic people, Israelites, primarily black people, were bought and sold in slavery, and we know that. So where it says no man shall buy you, it looks like it's a contradiction from what it says before. And what it is, it's not that it's a contradiction, it's that we have to bear in mind that the words that we use in English in 2023 for certain actions is not exactly the same as it was back in 1611. This is literally about 412 years ago. There's something called a semantic shift. A semantic shift where words actually, the meanings of words can alter over time. And the truth of the matter is that right now, where it says buy, the buy is obviously meaning something different from where it says that we shall be sold, right? Because the fact that it's saying we shall be sold means that there's a seller and that there's a buyer. So it already tells you that we are going to be sold and bought. So you have to really ask yourself, what do no man shall buy you mean? No man shall buy you. Now, when you go into the Hebrew for that word, buy, you get a word quanah. Now, when you go into the Hebrew, into the, what quanah actually means. Right? Let me go into that. Oh, shit. Skip past everything. Quanah. Right? So it says to get, to acquire. So nobody's going to get us. Nobody's going to acquire us. Buying, acquires, gotten, possessor, recover. So now, when you go into the Hebrew word, where it says buy in Deuteronomy 28:68, you get a totally different understanding of it. Because again, where it says ye shall be sold unto your enemies, it literally means that we're bought and sold. Physically. We were being bought and we were being sold. Where it says no man shall buy you, it's telling you we're not going to be redeemed, or we're not going to be saved out of this slavery by a man. It's not going to be a slave insurrection. It's not going to be a Nat Turner, a Denmark Vesey, a Gabriel Prosser, a Toussaint Louverture, a Harriet Tubman. Nobody's going to actually save us from this condition. No human being, no man. When you went to the north, from south to north, you weren't exactly free. You still were a servant, just a different type of servant. And that's what we have. That was not caused by a man. A man didn't free anybody. Lincoln didn't free nobody. That's Juneteenth bullshit is bullshit. They didn't free anybody. So that's a deeper understanding on that scripture. You know, we don't have to feel when we're breaking it down to people that we're finagling and saying, oh, it's an old Quaker word that means this. Because then other people will be like, well, what about a fucking Pilgrim word? What about a Amish word? Like, why do we have to take the Quaker word? We don't have to. We just go into what by meant. What does by mean? And then you realize by, basically, in that sense, means redeemed, means saved. You know, when you buy something, you're saving it for yourself, right? If I bought this phone, for instance, I'm taking it for myself. I'm saving it in a sense. Because in other words, it is now in my possession. Here, the scriptures are talking about we're going to be in the possession of our enemies, and no man is going to bring us to their possession to take us out of those conditions. So I hope that this was edifying, you know, but with that, shalom.